What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to go over all the performance modifications I've done to my R56 Mini Cooper S. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, maybe give the video a like, and stick around. You're going to want to watch this whole video. Now, before you get into doing performance modifications on your car, any car, you're going to want to make sure you do all the basic maintenance and stuff to make your car reliable. I just did a video on 11 ways to make your R56 Mini Cooper more reliable if you have the N14 engine. Go ahead and give that one a watch if you haven't already done all of those things. If not, keep watching this video. But the first modification that I'm going to mention is going to be the rear sway bar. I have a 25.5 millimeter hollow rear sway bar from Way Motorworks. It's adjustable, three-way adjustable. It's a night and day difference when you install a rear sway bar. It's when I first set it up, I have an install video on that, but you set it up on the middle setting. Some people put it on the loosest setting, but Way Motorworks recommends the middle setting. That's where I set mine, and it was perfect. And it just handles so much better. You have so much more confidence going into corners. Your car stays way more level. If you want to get your car to rotate, it's much easier to do so. It's just, for your suspension, I would say that is probably the first thing you should do. That's the first thing I did. And I don't regret it at all. So due to the location of where it is, I can't really show it to you. But if you watch my install video, you can totally see it. But yeah, if you're going to tackle your suspension, I would definitely start there. The next thing that I would recommend, a lot of people will say not to do it. They say that it's gonna make your car not handle very well, but they're wrong. It's the front sway bar. If you already have at least a 22 millimeter rear sway bar, solid rear sway bar, then you can do the front sway bar. Mine's 27 millimeters, and it's a H&R. I got that at Way Motorworks too. But a lot of people say, oh, it gives you understeer. Well, not if you have a thicker rear sway bar. It equals that out. And I have my rear sway bar on the stiffest setting. With the front sway bar, it's not adjustable, so it's just 27 millimeter, and it's solid, not hollow like my rear 25.5. But now when I go into corners, my car, I don't feel any body roll ever. I can take corners pretty much as sharp as I want. It feels almost as good as, my WRX, which was a full-on race car. But this thing handles, it's the best street car that I've ever driven with just those two modifications to the suspension. Well, I have one more for my suspension. I have, which would be the third thing I would recommend, is camber plates. I have, the camber plates I have, they're Ireland Engineering fixed camber plates. I only have those ones. I mean, they're great. I have no problems with them. I love them. They're great. They're good quality. I have about minus 1.8 degrees of negative camber with them, and they say they're 1.2, but I got my car aligned at Firestone, and they gave me the sheet that says minus 1.8. But eventually I'm gonna do coilovers, so I'm gonna change out the camber plates when I do coilovers, and I'll get adjustable camber plates when I do that. But camber plates are just an awesome modification to make your car handle better. The turn-in is just way greater, way better. When you launch your car too, if you have a little bit of camber, you don't want too much, but if you have camber, when your car rocks back off the line, it'll put you more towards zero camber instead of positive camber, which you would have with zero camber, which gives you better traction off the line if you're drag racing. And I know these cars aren't made for drag racing, but the camber plates help you for drag racing, and they obviously help you for road course racing or autocross or any type of racing. So I definitely recommend camber plates. I have an install video on how to install these camber plates as well. It was also with the front sway bar. I have a install video on that too. But that's the camber plate. You can see it's not centered. It's in about, you know, obviously minus 1.8 degrees negative camber. But yeah. Okay, next on my list of performance modifications is this little black piece of metal right here. That's the Noisemaker Delete from Way Motorworks. A lot of companies make them. I went with Way Motorworks because I saw a video, I believe it was Mod Mini. I can't remember if he did that one or the intake silencer, but I just went ahead and bought them both at the same time. But yeah, I got the Way Motorworks Noisemaker Delete. Gets rid of that pipe that goes behind your air filter and for some reason decides to make noise inside your cabin, which you don't really need. Just robs you of very slightly power, maybe a little bit of throttle response. But yeah, they consider that a performance mod. It's not really a major one. But to go along with it, can't really see it, but on my intake, or my charge pipe, I mean, I have a, going to my intercooler, I have it's the same type of metal, but it's the intake silencer. Okay, the intake silencer is also from Way Motorworks. Again, you can't really see it where it's at, but it just gets rid of the OEM intake silencer, obviously. It's just a solid piece. It's smooth on the inside. Super easy to install. It didn't really make much of a difference. It was just one of the things. When I first got the car, I was mod happy, so I did it. And it was just one of the first things I did. Okay, now I'm gonna get into some more of the fun stuff. The next model I want to talk about, I have a Mario Kart catless downpipe. There's not really a website where you can order it, but if you go on North American Motoring and look up a user, his name is Mario Kart. He actually makes the downpipe, and his name is Mario Palza. He also is the guy that does tunes and all kinds of stuff. He sells all kinds of stuff. RPM Powered is the company he works for. A lot of people say, I've only tried one downpipe, so I can't tell you what the best is or not, but a lot of people will say that this one is the best on the market. And I did a lot of research before I bought it. I didn't just buy the first one, and this is just the one I wanted, and I ordered it from him. It was I can't remember what the price was because I bought a bunch of stuff from him at the same time. In fact, a lot of the stuff I'm going to mention on this list, I bought it from him at the same time. And so yeah, but Mario Kart downpipe, it's awesome. And then to go with that, I also have the NVIDIA Q300 resonated exhaust. It's I believe it's 2.3 inches. It sounds really good. I have a video on what it sounds like if you look through my videos with this downpipe too. So it sounds pretty good. I really like it. And if I want to drive, as long as I'm not in the hills going uphill, if I'm driving on level ground, I can have a cop right behind me, and just as long as I'm driving normal, no problem. And I'm catless with you know, pretty open exhaust, no problem at all. And you know, if I'm going, like if I got to make a turn and I got to go uphill and there's a cop behind me, I'm just going to go the other way and wait until there's not a cop behind me before I go up that hill. But other than that, you can actually ride pretty quietly if you want to, or if you get on it, it's pretty loud, and it flows very well. Sorry about all the dust. There's a lot of smoke and stuff. I live on a dirt road for one, so it's a lot of dust, but also there's a bunch of fires up here, so there's a lot of ash in the air. But those are the tips. They're 3.5 inches. I have them sticking out. You can actually adjust how far you have them sticking out by just how you install the exhaust, but I just had mine sticking out because I just like the way it looks pretty much. Also, if you check out my Instagram, it's project_mini_official. I have pictures of the exhaust when I first got it laid out. So if you want to see what it looks like off the car, that's one place you can look for it. Oh, I also have pictures of the downpipe when I ceramic coated it on my Instagram. Okay, next I have inside my airbox, I have just a K&N drop-in air filter. I just bought it at O'Reilly's. I didn't oil it or anything like that. I just put it in how it came. I've had no issues with it. People always say you got to buy the dry filters. I probably, at some point, I do plan on getting a different airbox completely. So that's why I just bought that and threw it in there. But for now, it works just fine. I'm stage 3 with no issues, and my car runs good. So I'm really happy with the K&N. I put K&Ns on almost every car I've ever owned too, so I might just be biased for K&N. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is I'll probably get some hate on this one because I didn't go really high quality. Well, it's pretty good quality. I take that back. But I went on Amazon and I ordered my intercooler. The one I got, it's called a G+, and it actually works really well. I'm really happy with it. I will someday, I'll probably buy one when I can. I've been doing a lot of research and I haven't been able to find anything that says that they can actually prove that it's better. And once I can find something that is actually better, for sure, because they're 3 times, 4 times the money, I'll definitely do it, even if it's a little better. Even if it's lighter, but performs the same, I would buy it. Just because the G-Force somebody weighed theirs, it was 17.4 pounds. If I could find something that was, 10 pounds, I would buy that in a heartbeat, as long as it performed equally as well, if not better. Also, the G-Force, or the G+, I mean, it's black. They call it a stealth intercooler. And, I mean, if I get my pinky in there, I could touch it. It is right up against the plastic. But from any amount of distance, you absolutely cannot tell that there's a big intercooler underneath there. So it's called stealth for a reason. It really is stealth. I'll put a link in the description where I got that on Amazon. It was pretty cheap, and like I said, it works really well. I'll put links to, where I got everything. A lot of the stuff I got from Wave Motorworks, so I'll just link to Wave Motorworks' website just to save some time. I don't have to go look for a bunch of links. Then, some stuff I got, actually everything I either got on Amazon or Wave Motorworks for my performance so far. My next, I'm going to update this video because I'm going to be doing a lot more performance mods. But the guy I've been talking to is SpeedTech Motorsports. So a lot of the stuff that I have on my car, you can get at SpeedTech Motorsports. I'll link to them in the description too. But for a little bit cheaper, and if you're buying a lot of stuff, a little bit cheaper every time is a lot cheaper. And he's a good guy. That's a performance head gasket. I'll get into that when I do the video, but he sent it to me, so I gotta give him a shout out for that, for sure. All right, so the next thing would be my JCW turbo. My car's not a JCW; it's a Cooper S, but I have a JCW turbo on it. It's the smallest turbo you can run and still be stage 3. I was only planning on going stage 2. In fact, I was already talking to Mario Palza about going stage 2 when I bought this turbo from him. He put this turbo up for sale, and I was like, man, I'm going to do a turbo. I want to do a JCW turbo anyway, so I'm going to do that in the stage 2. And he's like, oh, well, actually, if you put a bigger turbo on, you can't be stage 2. You got to be stage 3. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go stage 3 then, because I'm putting a bigger turbo on eventually anyway. And if you plan on going stage 3, just go stage 3 off the bat. There's no reason to pay for a stage 2 tune, go stage 3, and then have to get a stage 3 tune. I've actually never talked to Mario about it, whether or not you have to pay for a whole new tube or not, but I would imagine you would, and I wouldn't want to have to do that. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to tune again when I do a few more mods, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm stage 3 right now with that JCW turbo, and they say you get about 20 horsepower without tuning if you just put the JCW turbo on. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's been dyno tested. That's just what I read on North American Motoring when people first started doing it. I'll tell you this, when I put it on, it's power-wise, that is the most significant difference of anything I've done. And, you know, because the Cooper S has less, or has a higher compression rating than the JCW does. So it actually, it's basically like putting it's better than it would be on a JCW engine. And when you tune for it, which I've done, which I'll get to later, it's amazing. It's this car pulls hard, and I like it. It's kind of dirty. I haven't really gotten a chance to clean my engine bay lately, but yeah, that's the JCW turbo. It's got the, where is it, the tag right there. You can see the tag is yellow, but the reason it's yellow isn't because it's a JCW, it's because it's off of an N18 motor, which does not make any difference in power. It's just what he had, and it bolts right on, so it's not that big of a deal. Now if you're running a bigger turbo, you're going to want to run colder plugs. So that's the next mod I'm going to mention. They're one-step colder plugs. I also bought those from Mario, along with my downpipe and my turbo. Yeah, you just have to do it. It's not like, oh, it's better if you do. You have to. So, yeah, so look into colder plugs. I believe the part number, I'll put a link in the description for those because I can't think of the part number right off the top of my head. But Mario, if you do a tune through Mario, you can just tell him, hey, I need plugs, and he'll just send you the plugs. You'll pay for them, obviously, but he'll send you the plugs. SpeedTech Motorsports has the plugs on their website. They say one step colder, so it's easy not to mess up. I want to say well, I don't want to say the part number because I'll probably get it wrong, and I don't want somebody to mess up their engine. But yeah, I'll put a link to those in the description. Okay, and the next thing, I've been getting a lot of people asking about this one too, is my diverter valve. I have the Go Fast Bits DV Plus diverter valve. Do I recommend it? Yes. That is, it's amazing. Even if, I've talked about this in other videos, but what it does, what I've noticed, it's not what it specifically is made for, but what I've noticed is everyday driving, when I'm just driving normal, I'm in 5th gear, I shift with my car's automatic, I shift with the paddles, I drive it with paddles every time. I don't ever just put it in automatic mode and let it go. I've done it very rarely, and it just feels weird to me. I like to shift my car, and I also like to left foot brake, so you know, not having clutch is pretty nice. But anyway, going up and down hills up here in the mountains, you'll be in 5th gear and you'll hit just a hill, and your car will want to bog down a little bit. I mean, I can just give it more gas and I can go, but I'm not trying to go too fast. I might have a car in front of me or something, or anything. There could be any reason why I don't want to go much faster. So you have to downshift just so that your car isn't struggling to go up the hill. Well, with the DV Plus, I've noticed that I no longer have to downshift when in the same situations on the same hills going the same speed. And it makes the car feel like it has, well, I'm sure it does have, it just has way more power at lower RPMs than it had before. I don't say way more. I mean, it's not like your car's going to turn into a race car because you change your diverter valve, but it's a noticeable difference, like a big noticeable difference on low end power. You're not going to have any more top end probably, but it will hold it better because just the design is better. It'll last longer. I haven't had any issues with mine. I have an install video on that too if you want to see that. yeah, the DV Plus is an awesome upgrade. And if for some reason, let's say something happened and I had to get rid of the DV Plus, I'd probably got it. And I got that on Amazon too. Be careful though when you buy that. In fact, not mine, not just any one on Amazon. The actual one I have, because I did a lot of research before I got it, and I did even more research after I got it to make sure it was real. And because they do sell fake DV Pluses, and so there's actually videos on YouTube on how to tell the difference. And on my install video I talk about it a little bit too. But the one I bought is real. The person I bought it from sells real ones. So I will link to that one, and you'll have no trouble. You'll know you got a real one. Alright, the last performance mod I want to talk about, obviously isn't the least, because, you know, last but not least, is my RPM powered Stage 3 tune from Mario Palza. Oh my god, that is just, if you're, even if you have a different Stage 3 tune, I could guarantee you that this one's better. It's for drivability, it's amazing. Top end, it's amazing. This car never falls on its face. It goes. And I live, like I said, well, quite a few times in this video already, I live in the hills, and so sometimes, you know, in windy roads, so I gotta drive. Sometimes I don't have to, but, you know, I drive spiritedly, and I don't have long straightaways. I have short straightaways. And so I gotta, if I'm driving fast, I gotta take corners real good and be able to get out of that corner. And I have a lot of power. You can light the tires off at will if you want to. But, you know, obviously, you don't want to be spinning your tires everywhere you go. But, yeah. Also, to go with that, I bought, well, let me show you. Okay, it's this thing right here. It's called a Power Gate. And how it works is you have this cord, plugs into here. Mario will send you a program for your computer. You download your OEM tune onto this, through this. You plug this into your OD2 port. Email that tune to Mario. He will then change it, not change it, but he'll off of that tune and off of, you tell him all your mods, obviously. Make sure you tell him everything you've done. He'll go ahead and tune a tune for you, and then he'll email you the tune back. You'll upload it into that program, or you use that program to upload it onto this, and then you use this to upload it onto your car. I actually have a video on that too. It's called, I think it's just called Stage 3 Tune or something like that, but it's in my video. It's in my how-to videos in my playlists. In fact, everything that I've done that I have a video for is in that how-to playlist. So it's R56 Mini Cooper S how-tos or something. It might be how-tos first, but whatever. I'll link to that in the description, that whole playlist. But you can do it this way if you're going to tune it, or you could actually send him your ECU and he'll tune it that way. I did it this way because that way, you know, if I want to go back to stock, I can just switch it back. If I want to, you know, if I tune when I tune my car again and I go to higher power, if I ever like a bigger turbo and I tune for that, or if I do methanol injection, which I'm gonna do, I can do a tune that's for the methanol injection that I can, you know, when I know I have methanol in the car and I'm on the track and stuff like that. And then daily driving, I can put my regular Stage 3 tune back on, and I'll still have the methanol, but I won't have the tune that'll give me problems if I run out of methanol. So I think getting the Power Gate for Mario is the way to go, and he's the one that sells it. I think if you're in Canada, the guy's name is Lorenzo. I'm not sure about other countries, but just type in RPM powered and you can find it. In fact, if you look up Mario Palza on Stage 3 tune. So yeah, definitely check out my install videos on how to install all that stuff. Also, I have other install videos. I did the timing chain and stuff like that. It's not really a performance mod, but I'll tell you, an upgraded timing chain, once been cryo treated, is the way to go. Because if you have a bunch of power, you don't want your chain giving you problems, especially with a bunch of power. So I would definitely recommend that too. But I have a video on that. But yeah, just go through my how-to videos. Also, I have a YouTube, not YouTube, but I have a Facebook group. It's called Mini Cooper DIY. There's quite a few people in there with all different types of minis. It's not just R56s. There's I think every mini is in there now, is represented in there now. But if you go in there and ask a question, somebody is probably going to know the answer. And if you know the answer, it'd be nice if you could answer those questions too. But I answer as means I can. If somebody asks a question, I have a service manual, I'll look it up, even if I don't know the answer, just to answer the question. Definitely check out that group. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.